Welcome back to GMSA. Holy Walk of Fame Batman. Robin has a star. Burt Ward, best known for his role as Robin in the classic 1960s Batman series, now has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in Hollywood. Ward honored with a Batman-themed ceremony with the original Batmobile on site and a crowd of people dressed as characters from the comic books and the series. And during the ceremony, Ward opened up telling his story of becoming the famous sidekick.
I think all of us can be everything we want to be. And for this little boy that grew up in this town, that daydreamed every single day when other kids were out playing with friends and I was by myself, and all I ever wanted to be was a superhero. I got it.
Congratulations. In a way, it seems fitting for the world. Ward's Robin star right next to his TV companions, Adam West, who of course played Batman famously in the 60s and 70s TV show. Congratulations, sir. Still ahead on the next hour, whooping cranes are a critically endangered species. How a new habitat at our San Antonio Zoo helping repopulate the species. And TransGuide, there's 35 at 37. We'll check back in with Nick. San Antonio police searching for two suspects involved in a shooting over on the east side. We'll have more on the investigation so far.
It has been estimated that 480 million animals have been affected by the wildfires in Australia. Good morning, I'm Sarah Acosta. Now the San Antonio Zoo is doing its part and is asking the community to help out.
And live cam giving us a look outside. Boy, what a difference from just a couple of days ago. Very warm and muggy outside. A little bit of rain in our area. Mike is standing by with details.
Live from KSAT12. Good morning, San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. Hope you slept well. It is Friday. It is January 10th, also known as Leslie Mouton's birthday. Happy birthday,
thank
my dear.
Thank you. Also Dave Tarr's birthday, so a shout out to Dave Tarr because we share the same day.
Our assistant chief engineer. Without that guy, we're in deep trouble.
That's true. He keeps everything moving. Speaking of moving, hopefully traffic's moving, which we'll get to in a moment, but weather could affect traffic.
Weather is a main headline, particularly later on today, Mike.
Right. This morning, not only warm and humid, but we do have a couple of showers around the area, so that always makes things kind of slippery out there. And then later on this afternoon, especially in toward dinner time, is when we're going to be seeing the potential for some stronger storms. First of all, this is what's showing up on radar right now. We do have these just kind of light scattered showers around the area. Obviously, some are working their way across town. Not every location in and around town has seen rain so far this morning, but there is a lot of it out there. So just assume, find yourself maybe a couple of extra minutes, that just assume that the roads are definitely going to be on the damp side. Temperatures It's even warmer and more humid than what it was yesterday. And just think, 2 days ago, we were half this. We were in the mid to low 30s around here, and the humidity, you can almost cut it with a knife, and it's going to continue to stay on the high side throughout the rest of the day. That's setting the stage for strong to potentially severe storms. So Storm Prediction Center has most of our area under the slight risk for severe weather. This whole outlook, or the severe threat, has kind of been shifted off to the west over the past 24 hours, up around San Marcos, Austin, even near Gonzales. It's a greater threat for severe weather late this afternoon as well as into tonight. And then, of course, the bullseye is way up there to the northeast. The biggest threats are going to be high winds, and there's a very small chance for maybe some hail or even a small tornado to pop up. But that's a very low risk and primarily off to the east. Temperatures are going to be staying in the mid to upper 60s throughout the rest of the morning. A couple of scattered showers around here. We make it into the low 70s today at noon, and then top off in the upper 70s, even a lot of 80s around the area. And we'll start to see some of those showers and thunderstorms developing late this afternoon and then into this evening. The weekend looks fantastic. Details on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Time saver traffic. Here is Officer Nick Solis, and there was that huge accident. Is that still working up there on 10?
It's still there. I thought it would be clear by now. It looks like the wrecker's on scene, but the lanes are still closed down. So if you are going westbound on I-10 right now towards Boerne, expect a little bit of delay as traffic is getting worse. It's going to be this accident right here, westbound I-10 west at La Cantera Parkway. This accident's been going on now for about 35 minutes. It came in as a 4-vehicle accident. SAPD and a tow truck is still on scene. Let's take a look at some drive times real quick. If you're on 1604 westbound from US 281 to I-10, 6 minutes. And if you're on 281 southbound to Bulverde to 1604, it's 6 minutes as well. Now we also have a northeast side of 1604 to downtown, 12 minutes, and from 35 on the southwest side of 1604 to downtown, 12 minutes. So good commutes there. Here's the accident I was talking about. This is our TransGuide footage right here. This is, they still have, it looks like the far right lane blocked off. That's right after that off ramp to La Cantera Parkway if you're going I-10. So cars are having to merge from the right lane to the left lane because of this blockage. So I'll get more information on that and why the lanes are still closed off. So I hope everyone has a great Friday and a good commute to work. Mark, Leslie, back to you.
Thank you, Nick. Gunshots fired in an East Side neighborhood.
Police, that victim who's in critical condition is a man in his 50s. He was standing outside this home when someone in a car came by, got out and fired the shots. Police say another bullet went into another home, hitting a woman who was inside there. The police got the call around 11:30 last night here to the 700 block of Canton. And again, they found both victims here. They rushed the man to the hospital. He was in critical condition. The woman also was injured. She was shot in her hand, or hit in her hand, by the bullet that came into her house. Police say that witnesses told them the shooters were in a white sedan. 2 men who drove up, got out of the car, and then fired those shots. They were gone by the time officers arrived. They have not released any other information to us about those shooters. But again, the man who was shot here outside this home in critical condition, the woman also taken to the hospital to be treated. Reporting from the East Side, Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
In your morning headlines, after clearing the entire crash scene, Iran has now invited the U.S. and Boeing to join an investigation after a video appears to show that passenger jet being shot down by a missile.
63 Canadians were killed and vigils were held overnight in Canada. ABC's Kenneth Moten reports investigators from around the globe began traveling to Iran to search for evidence.
This morning, Iran now inviting the United States to join the investigation into what brought down that passenger jet outside Tehran. This appears to be the moment the 737 was hit by a missile. The video recorded in the neighborhood of the last tracked position of the Ukrainian jetliner. A missile can be seen heading upwards right before impact, the sound following seconds later. The crippled plane in this video posted by a resident outside Tehran shows the aircraft apparently on fire, breaking apart and crashing 3 miles away. The impact also captured by CCTV video, which is airing on Iranian media. You can see the debris streaking past the camera. The videos reinforcing Western intelligence that says Iran's anti-aircraft systems hit the plane.
The evidence indicates that the plane was shot down by an Iranian surface-to-air missile.
Somebody could have made a mistake. Some people say it was mechanical. I personally don't think that's even a question, personally.
176 people were killed. Overnight, Iranian officials inviting the Canadian and United States National Transportation Safety Board, along with Boeing, to help in the investigation as the country continues to deny shooting down the jet, calling it scientifically impossible. But look, this was the scene hours after the crash Wednesday. And this is video from Thursday morning. The crash scene cleared by the Iranian government of wreckage and potential evidence. But investigators did recover the black box, which could help piece together the truth. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, New York.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she will soon transmit the articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump to the Senate for a trial. It's a sign of a potential end in the standoff with Senate Republicans, as Pelosi warns against rushing to an acquittal without a fair trial. It's been 3 weeks since the House impeached President Trump on charges of abuse and obstruction. Pelosi faces more pressure from Republicans and even some Democrats to quit delaying the trial. Many on Capitol Hill expect the trial to begin next week.
Today is the deadline for 2020 Democratic presidential candidates to qualify for the 7th debate next week in Iowa. So far, 6 have qualified, including former Vice President Joe Biden, Senators Elizabeth Warren and Amy Klobuchar, also Bernie Sanders, former Mayor Pete Buttigieg, and millionaire Tom Steyer. The debate comes just weeks ahead of the February 3rd Iowa caucus.
The Labor Department will release its December unemployment report this morning. Analysts are predicting a solid report with low unemployment numbers and wage growth. Economists expect the report will show job gains of about 160,000 and an unemployment rate of about 3.5%. They say the economy is strong, jobs are being added, but workers are hard to find.
Our San Antonio Spurs have scored 2 of their biggest wins of the season in back-to-back games. Monday, their victory over the best team in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks. Wednesday night, it was the beatdown in Boston, sinking the Celtics 129-114. Tonight, the Spurs take on the Memphis Grizzlies at 7 at FedEx Forum.
Go Spurs, go. Wildfires continue to burn through Australia's 6 states, killing hundreds of millions of animals. The San Antonio Zoo wants to help and is asking the community for support. Our Sarah Costa is live at the zoo with how you can help. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning. And the zoo is asking for the community's help, and they are pledging to match the first $5,000 that is donated to the zoo's Wildfire Fund for Australia. The San Antonio Zoo is asking for donations to save and treat animals in Australia, which has become the site of catastrophic fires that have claimed the lives of an estimated 480 million animals. In total, more than 17.9 million acres have been burned across Australia's 6 states. That's an area larger than the countries of Belgium and Denmark combined. The zoo says, through our passion and expertise in animal care, conservation education, the zoo's mission is to inspire its community to protect animals and places they live. They're saying now it's time to turn this inspiration into action. It's on the zoo's website. Officials say they have offered to send veterinarians or animal care specialists to Australia to help the animals affected by the wildfires. The zoo said the donations will help provide critical staff and supplies needed for rescue, recovery, or care of injured or orphaned animals. The team is ultimately not, if their team is not needed on the ground in Australia, the zoo says 100% of the funds will be sent directly to Zoos Victoria's Bushfire Emergency Wildlife Fund. And if you go to KSAT12 right now, you can find the link for the San Antonio Zoo where you can make these donations possible. Live outside the zoo, I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News. Mark and Leslie.